guys, jalo ka ha re kopane ke nana ba bang bana le idea ba bang mantse ba le sure ai man wetsalang ke na le invite mare the likes of you are invite you are welcome ba thabela hlahisa ka. So first of all ka fela re tshepela ntate Modimo ke. Okay, here's another thing, guys. Well, Lwana Lena accent is not that much go school, but since we're recording pele, it will reach her everywhere. More message over there. So, ke ka mkho ile hore ke tlo qala ke zame bua skhwanyana ne. Means of communication. I tapped down into gonale ability. That's why ke repedisi. Yeah. Ah, metiana kwana mnati. This is anything, guys. Let's like catch up. I get couple free, like Baba, Redila Kava, Chapel, there. So, retro communicator guys who are basically go into ThankGod-Motivational talk, and my guess were I got choose a guy because I can't now find it's not easy. Ke bodile pour nka ba mo ka tlore ke motivator man ntho di ngata mare ke yo mosebetsi wa etsahala. So whatever ke tlo e buang ke bua ka sekgowa jwalo. That's why ke re lebe free because ke tlo batla hore mo motho a sa tholeng teng a khone ho botsa ke bua ka bo free bo jwalo. Ha re bua ka motivation ke buang ka ke batla link utlwisisa hore o ka mpotsa anything e leng hore ke ntho e bohlokwa, understand, like ha le tswa mo le khone utlwisisa hore bohlokwanyana bo ba mo teng because it's not like ka fela ona le ntho e tlo benefitang batho one or two ha le benefitile mo wa bona e qala ka re le be free le khone ho botsa ntho ngwe le ke yona ntho le mo a ka tlela maybe hlomong ke bue fela waya ke sa engage le ma bua ke tlo bua. So ke tlo qala ka sekgowa. I've already said we all believe in God, so God being the leader of this way. Leader, I forgot I should have smart. So I tell you guys, why did Kafela who look like believer? Because the reason that I even named this program, I thank God. I really thank God, and I have a reason to thank God. And I believe some of you here, you do have a reason to believe in God, one way or the other. If for nothing, at least for life, guys. Can I see at least at least they believe in God, like.
I believe in God.
Yeah. The ones in the brain,
rest.
Thank you. So yeah, we are all on the same page.
Yes.
So the reason I thank God, it's Amelanali with my motivational speaking. Most it's all about my personal experience. Not because I say I know, just because whatever that I managed to have as a knowledge up to so far, it's stuff so long and especially mailing them. And I thank God because now I know I'm talking to my children. But what's up, they are like yeah, as long as we're 16 years more, obviously, so the thing is, you guys have to be aware. The challenges are long as the companies are not obviously aware. How should I foster a situation or freedom and all that? The time is like really past. So. Basically, the challenges they face it, and in terms of the challenges they face it, has it everyone a duty fighting. Would pinpoint that are Salona and get it out or it's on in the generation it wasn't tough and all that. At least in Edibona, Salona Lukwana Lujuka Lakaha, Salona Lukwana Leo leading say with this that is not nice. I know what I'm talking about. I went through that. So the sad part ke some of you here last time if it's my choice, I wouldn't have come and talk about this. But you see, the reason that I still say I thank God. And another reason why the date should be today. We are fast approaching the 16th of December. Some of you here, the planets alone, how so called ready psychologists, since I say about dinner, I get the 16th and somewhere next week. When I tell the code in Yara, it's another habit that we are talking about, and it looks like fun. Let's tell the truth. When I already we are on smoking, drinking, it looks normal because that's kind of life that we are used to. Right, guys? What? Thank you. So, work about the habit. So, how to allow the habit itself? Out of the blue, yes, sometimes you can tell like diet stuff so even if you never had a chance to ask or say something, when you go back, there should be something where you think about in terms of research. How we get it, because each and every one of the personal stories, I say, so, challenges, it's a high this. So, chance motivator. And around one month, make your listen the lighter note was explanation topic like teenage pregnancy. So that but we catch up easy, and unfortunately the lady not by the way being negative or positive or so the lady was like teenage pregnancy. This children knows about teenage pregnancy. They are even above that. In fact, bafitile stage so high. Wena baka teacher wena ba nkinto tse ba buang ka tsona sekolong. Wa bona yana ye 100 night was difficult. Wana kwa hae kuole mole. It was even difficult to review tsona ditaba tse long re tlo bua ka tsona nje because wa bona ntwele hore mantla mela respect we can see ntwele bana ba banyana. But unfortunately the time has changed whereby as early as like maybe even 10 years we are now supposed to be like having that conversation our kids, our children, our neighbors, because honestly speaking, things are happening. And when you find out, like you can't even get surprised on I mean, even in total physically, in total spiritually. So, topics like teenage pregnancy, in a little Hare buweng pele. Before we need to talk. Who's 16 kids? Motho after talk up and I learn 16. Yes, Kabatabara na azanka khola uthola opportunity ya motho a tlabeng wa ntshetse because honestly speaking, the mistake di etsala. I sa bua ka ntho no plan. Ha di mistake di etsala. Unfortunately, it's ending that on. If you have forgiveness, you have to live with those mistakes. Like you can't run away with it. Like it's a little party kapo hawadi pata. And it's saying that when I did an example here, teenage pregnancy, some of you here I just one day you show in for today example sensibility. Unfortunately, some consequences body HIV status ithola o sontse o le ko teng whether o batla go epata kapo etsang whether batho ba tsebe go eng imona ho wena o kila bona some of us ke bo drinking or smoking hona le line nyana ele gore le nna ke le nna ka feta yona ha o so sa batle go nwa kapo o batla o so sa batle tsiba because these bad habits unfortunately di kana easy mare di etsa jwang di thata ho tswa wa bona ona along the line o batla le go o ka re o qetelletse di etse ditse comment ke tsela ntse di buang ka yona wa bona last time ane le mpona mo Lindy I was in a terrible situation ke la right ke le monate banki tlamele ke roba le ba re congenal bo mang ba mfeleditseng ke go bonolo bo mang bo ntho bo o kae tsego okay bompona motho mo wa bona we talking about ngwana o even if I can say it's my child I remember I was doing the trick mewa hai hampula aba hospitalized I had to know about fela le university le tsela go nka mona wa bona mare ke bua ka motho le go ya tlamele ke go le metro ne ke tlamele ke take care of yena se ngwana ka kana now ngwana a jwalo ha sa tlamele a gone hore jwale a o bone in a terrible situation like that a o feletse jwale e se le ka mphomong vice versa wena tlamele o hlokomele ngwana o mo kwale o metse mare wena jala sa kwala tlhaswa ba ke a gola tsa plan le wena ka bomang ba tlhomo eno o na le motho a ile ga feletsa ne what those radios ya go pela tsa go la mare ke na so that kind of the habits mo ke bua ka tselene ke tamoe ka ene ke ile fela jwa why what so I see the habits tsa gae ha di a tala fela guys ha di a tala fela di qadile somewhere and nka se re because at least my innocence le kaile go tseba bo majwale maybe at least after matric but don't worry we are still young around this age 17 18 bona je the habits unfortunately di qala as early ages that like le primary ke bana se ba tsaile o tsuba bana ke wa di tantotse so my area secondary ba jwa wa so ke go tsona ntonyana tse re tlamela re qale re bue ka tsona hore let us be generation e leng hore re sheba life ka tsela eng wa bona so this one e qala kae ke on the lighter note le gore mang le mang a ka relate ntho e ke buang ka yona now when we get to the spiritual level of it ke a tseba hangata especially ke Sebokeng Lindiwe bo with like generational curses ancestral what I didn't even know that until I found myself attending church. Then I got just to hear before I can even understand, just to hear the word ancestral curses, generational curses. You don't even know about Mary. Because I mentioned this word today, I know each and every one Luna se ke chulo ona le story le na personal a dutse fatshe ipotswana bophelo ba hae bo ups and down weekend nthe ratang ga relate bona la love wa ka hola so I ke tlo bua ka ena ke batla o mention ka em Lindiwe maybe you're not aware ke recordile nyana wa le go ThankGod-Motivational that reminds me hore kana go yewa hopela when you guys used to sing Musa I told you they used to worship and like praise so yeah these are my cousins as well, the ones that I arrived go Joburg basically. It was by their mother's place. That is still another reason to thank God for, because I didn't even know when I will step my feet go Joburg, by the way. If I had to like plan and look at it and whatever that I could have done, honestly speaking, according to my own willing and effort, it was not going to help. It was just God. Because deep down, I had this thing. No, people are Bukas family legation, not in a bad way. To watch it because each and every one. When I learn 12, I said, we e fihleleha jwang but nkare ke thabo fela tlhasenyana ya hore wa bona e dulang e dutse ho wena wa bona. So I thank God. I still say I will continue to thank God because I don't know how. So I have arrived by her mother's place. So ke batla o fihla version ya hore as they were praising and worshiping because khale ke rata pina mara wa tseba ke re ka di pina do the sad part as they were praising and worshiping I want to join. When I join, guess what? People are keeping quiet and then they are looking at me. And they're like to me, what are you doing? What are you doing? I'm joining you guys. That's how my sin was so terrible. Then from that time, and then like when I want to worship and see because my spirit is being lifted up by worshiping that kind of whatever. I will end up asking her. I remember most of the time before we leave for workplace, to our workplace, I will normally say, and she's a timekeeper, whatever that she's doing, she's a timekeeper. Whether she goes to the car, preparing the eyebrows and everything, she's a timekeeper. She's doing that while she goes to the car. So now I'll be busy coming after her. Please, Lydia, let's just sing one worshiping song, one worshiping song. She continued to be doing it. But you know, as a person, she's a human being at the end of the day. She ended up saying, I'm not your mobile, what. That's how she said, meaning that she can't continue to be doing that to me. And then I got offended just because I'm like, no, how will I do it? I want to sing, and even me too, when I sing, I hear this is something that I wouldn't stand to listen to somebody. That's when now I started to say, God, please, should you give me the opportunity just to sing, I will just praise and worship you. That was a long story. My producer here. So, recording yo yaka di peanuts pedinyana tse tsamaileng. I just so reach that level. Thank God. I have so many reasons to thank God. And the reason that I want to share with you people, there should be someone mona hantonana ifela bophelo ba hae botholenyana a shift le how batla o tlo khona ke re group so you can even privately put one or two things. I will try to find out something for you or refer you to somewhere but I always believe if o sa khona o thola something that you're looking for, don't give up. Don't give up. Continue to be looking for the answers. As I'm saying, I thank God. It's because even through that, one of this internet, we do say in a site but at the end of the day, if you ask God, I'm looking for one or two things, that is even another reason we have a common ground. Do we all believe in God? So the guys. So challenging her on a spiritual level of the things. Unfortunately, guys, number I think is very low. But I knew it very well. Then, only 2 or 3 guys. Because whatever that the girls are going through, for example, it doesn't happen. So, right now, and the Holy Spirit will take over so that we know deep unnecessarily because now our children are here, and then we are at the level we can take that conversation. We are more, but the basic things guys. So Kileka kopalo rena lona le bona ho rena re ka bua ka eng unfortunately ha ba ka thola reply ya hore na re ka bua ka nga bona motho a ileng a reply ba ka re it's fine na I already know na re tlo bua ka eng. So ha motho a batla ho bua anything ke tla bona fela ka tsona mo tleng ka pombo ha e bontse se jalo ke tla nne ke tswele pele jalo ka tsholo nna ke ne ke tseba go already ke batla bua ka. Guys, ha re santsane re tshwere ka December le di 16 le di celebrations tsa teng. On a serious note, some of you le tloya le lota ke a tseba ha e hloke tšhelete o bona motho a tau. Some of you, I know tendency ya hore hona le hore motho a rekele skambana no go lapile. I'm going to the lowest ya skambana because nje le bontate o tlanka ha ntate a o maniwa ke mme ka tlung a re e le hore kwalanyana mo bontate o utlwe ha mme a momanyane ka gola ntate bathe ka go le nna feta mo gobane botho ntate le yena ke a tswa le nna feta e ra fihla sa gasa melalitše go lapue ka tlung o thwa jale go jwa ntate ga a tla tšhelete mme a lwana re okay ma o tla jwang gore o tla o tauo fedile o le tjenana magobo re gona tšele ya dijo lapue motho a teng ka go bate ke tlo ba embuta e tlo ba eng konjele di o tlo šetsa fela ai man motho la isa ke fitla ke mthotse fela sentse ke joina a re ntshwela ke ena mo wa bona ntho ane quarter bitsa quarter after quarter kana go lo ja motho a teng a ja wa itlo ntho e simple jwa so wa bona mene ke bua ka teng di habits tse re kenang ka tsona re kena easy jwa hona mo kure jale as early age re buang ka yona ko generationeng ya no to primary level jwale le nako a ke tsebe nka ba jwa nako ya di challenges tsa re lwanela mhlaba wa rona e se fitile re dila ka challenges tsa hore na ho tla jwang thole go ngwana mo primary se re bua ka dinyaope re bua ka di bad habits tsa bojwala ke re nna ke a tseba ho thwe di boeng ke mlin konje
so ba le ke ne ya ba etsa ka go
why what good about as cheap as R5 the child can get the kind of drug whether they are smoking or they are consuming. But at the end of the day, what it's anybody I know what you're doing. It's a very couple of guys. Praise yeah, you're working totally be accessible for everyone. You're R5 or can I go man like reality? Banana chere character because la ka R5 starts was company mo why god so ha re bua go ngwana ha thola R5 aba khona gore a mesa pe phelo ba ha jwang wena na tse ke sile tse my boy ana le ka R5 thabi I still pray ke re ntate modimo I know that the enemy is already challenging bona smallanyana children like this because on a spiritual level of it, the enemy is working very, very hard, especially for youth. Not youth because I want. Youth because hey, Baba, can never tabalas. Mary, honestly speaking, I can't take it chong. So the enemy is no longer that interested to go naka lokalo bolindile wa buti mona wa bona ayo shaba fela ba re ke ba tlwelle mo ba ne ba zama ho bona hore na ba escapeisa bana ba bona jwang target e kolong. And when I look at these innocent faces, look how beautiful you guys are. What's about the local youth club so we can continue to fella without whatever if we want just to bua. Some of the people say I can't talk, I accept. And I've already got the departure. I don't know what people. But today, we should I say or when I believe I don't want to talk or I don't know how to talk, but I know how to talk. To another side of the story. Moi ke tlameileng ke bue. Ke tla tlameya ke bue mare he. Taba e kgolo ke bohlokwa ba ho bua ho. If it is my choice, honestly speaking, if I was supposed to do this kind of talking, I could have preferred something else. Because this is very, very challenging. Position like Linko Yona right now, Jaloka Seki Chulhore. Track record ya ka mama impia holo. Impia holo ka emiswa mo ke bo perfect. Ska thetswa ke bo white bona le ntse ke tlithara ka bona duma gold. Abo. Thank you swaka wa para white. Baka. So tabateng there should be someone at the end of the day at Lobua. If I really a good speaker, very good speaker by the way. But maybe I am not yena Ntwa ekibuang kayon. So if kids are into a please kekupa umpuele ntwe batla mo ibua hore. Especially I've tried to prepare ntwe ke tlo ibua mona na ka school. And then now we have our Simona from overseas. But honestly speaking, she deserves to hear English all the way. You are what Marina. So as I said, thank you, yeah, and I know, yeah, so the Holy Spirit will just interpret when Motabelongobe interpreted it. Whosoever I told this talk, maybe next time. The Holy Spirit, according to the leading, it will be perfectly even the speech, say English, because like nothing is impossible with God. But for now, since this is a first session, I want to be as raw and as real and as engaging Luna on the same level as possible. Guys, Mzwaki. Why not at the end of the day? How do you call the lady feeding at the more? Baba treasure fine. Can you 16? Okay. Who say let her go? The reason I gave out to that's territory in Marajal, I now know things that I didn't know before, and I have a way of knowing how to avoid it in a way or to latest kind of dressing, guys. The way I dress, I'm saying I get perfect, but the more it's about dancing. If you know, you know. But what it is, whatever. So I know what I didn't know before. Boy, even dressing, this kind of dressing, remember, kids from the Ntwa, the challenges, only the spiritual side of it. And each and everyone now, sometimes you go to an elder Zamawota, doesn't mean we still thank God because information misleader. When you went with all of your heart to know and again in talk, if you happen to make the mistake you can't say. In fact, it's because the advice you could learn sister only. The consequences that's why information you can we battle away yes, the enemy attack now, guys. Attack the challenges nahanang ka teng. Depression, whether ke batla ho baleha ke sa balehe, audience e mo hona tje ke a e thabela because ranging from 16 to 24. Ne ke batla yona tshentshanyane ya bo ma 16. Actually the oldest kutlile a tjho o na le 25 years mara ke a kgola o iwa or actually kaofela mo maybe by 3 highest wa bona. So lona tshentshanyane yena e mona ho bohlokwa re dile ka lona sentse le mo and how ke rata sibelisa abana ke tse pisi ya se tsare ke le ka ya thaba guys. So actually ena ma ya lona ke melong hore the enemy o sebetsa ka matla hore a le die left and right and center ko ha o surely hantle bona o lantshana le abana se yenza di mistake ke a tseba le dienze ya ka lona abana le dienze ba bang ba lona la ipotsa hona le tlosa jwang nna ntho nka e tshwang fela it's not too late as long as life in celebrating go naming it's not too late guys. We learn every day. Do re sa batle re phela ka tsona re ntse di mistake ra mo ile re sa re phele ka mistake no mara ha o se o tlile ba nna kana go mantle ga ke re mistake ile ya costa ke ke bua ka go chile ditono etsa neng so chile ditono swaka mo I think something like 10 to 15 minutes re tla utlwa mmino nyana re be refreshed nyana o no re move thank you yeah wa bon thank you see right wa bon. So guys, I know some of you monana haona motho a senang fear le Ntwa mo as it is dintse di teng some fears ntse ke tsamaya tsona ke di escape fela by mosa wa ntate Modimo. Thank you Tumisa. Yes, that's why I'm still saying I stand here to thank God. Le nagana hore lona keng labe ha se wena personally mara ntho nagana hore it's your biggest fear.
Asa. Not my biggest fear.
Oh, I go to a toilet after when I pay.
Not my biggest fear. Is being judged.
And how darling, Alimka.
It's about judgment. Like I can tell judge you about how I look, how I sound. It's about judge you about because some people are like, oh, it's not. Get judgment into you. So until you get now, it's being judged. What's your fear?
Wait, before Uzwala Bill. This is interesting, especially coming from you, Musa. How long have I stayed with this person? I didn't know her. You are one, and this is something and she has managed to work over it. It's not about school. That's why kids are
break the ice.
Yes.
Number two, some of you need to be rescued. Because
Exactly.
as a person, show me your friends and I'll tell you who you are. Guys, now I want to live in Joburg. Guy, Juan, what's that? No, that is a joke. That was a joke. They're breaking your spirit. So, in terms of how to get drunk when I come. Hence, I'll find out what are your biggest fears. Because I can tell you now, I can tell you, this is how I got through it. I've saved you 16 years of your life. So I'm glad
you must be free because here is is a forum whereby you could get help. You could learn something that you don't know before. So when I was growing up, my biggest fear was not to be liked. You see, to be rejected. Say that teenage years, to be accepted by everyone. So, but as I grew, I realized that it's not possible for everybody to like me.
Not manual.
You see? So you just have to do what's right for yourself. I used to like when I say something, let everybody agree with me, let everybody like me, let everybody accept me. You see, but being a teenager is a very challenging time in one's life. In fact, it's a roller coaster time in your life. As you grow and you're able to have good counsel, good guidance, you grow up to become a more stable young adult. You see. So I would say, I know all of us here, we have something that is a big challenge for us, or something that we are not happy about. So mine, when I was growing up, was fear of not being liked. Yes, fear of not being liked. Not because I was ugly or I'm not intelligent, but just I want to be liked.
As a person, as a person, and you are just taking it out because whether whosoever says what or what, that was your fear. We can agree with you. We can say like, no, but I didn't even know. I didn't do it. I didn't even know as well because for me she was. When I look at her, I'm just looking at this person who just loves herself and you know.
But you know now,
everything.
a lot of people like me now.
Exactly.
Even my children, they tell me that, mommy, everybody likes you. Everybody comes to you to talk to you.
She didn't even
People
have
yes.
a way of working that much for it. So I believe it's one of the
Working
things
on
you're
myself.
working on yourself.
Self. And it's something that I'll be sharing with you people later on.
See?
Yes.
How jump?
What's your biggest fear?
Re tlo kgutla wena Maradi. Wa bona ntho ke tjho. Why?
No,
Let me tell you
something
a
is
story.
gonna happen here.
Let me tell you a story. I think the matric students are still writing matrics, right? 2 weeks ago in Joburg, I got into the bus, metro bus. So I was sitting, there was 3 boys sitting behind me. They are matric students, I could see from the jackets they were wearing from a school. So 2 were pressurizing 1 because they were about to start their exams. So he said, the 2 said to the other one and said, are you scared of dying?
Yeah.
That was a how, mom, and how. What kind of question is that? So I turned, I looked at them. Then I said, Mara, baby guy, are you scared of dying? He said, no, but I'm just 18. How I'm scared of dying? He said, no, you mustn't be scared of dying. Let's just do it. Like they've discussed, from what I understand from their discussion, they've discussed something parallel to them entering the bus, that they need to go and do something, something dangerous.
Imagine.
Because they are in matric. So now we are writing exams, we are no more to be bothered with. But you know, you forget that there's life after matric. So they were pressurizing 1 to tell him that he must join in that venture. So the guy said, no, I can't live life risky like that. I'm just,
imagine, that
I'm
is
just
your
18.
child. That
My
is your
parents
brother.
are gonna be they're gonna be worried. I can't go, I can't do. They were not saying, you're a bam. Why are you scared? It's just to go and do this and that. You are scared. That
Which is involved.
Yes, they were trying to belittle him to say that he's a bam because he's not courageous. But he said no. There's more to courage than taking on a dangerous future. What if I die? What then? That means we are scared of dying. He said, no, I'm not scared of dying. Though I know I would die, but not at this age. I'm just 18. I still have plans to go to varsity. I've still got plans. They were pressurizing him to accept to come with them to that place. So eventually, these 2 boys, they got off the bus You know how teenagers
You
are
didn't know
sometimes.
how it ended up.
No. I was still in the bus. These two that were pressurizing him got off. Then the one that didn't want to join in the venture. Man, how can they expect me to join them? So then I turned and I started speaking to him that he's got more to live for, not to end his life or go and do something that will end his life. He might not even end up finishing writing matric. He said, no, man, because they want us to go to a reckless place and I don't know how I could, if I will survive or not. They want them to go and do something reckless. So then, after that bus stop, he was also getting, I told him to be yourself. Peer pressure is real, but be yourself. So you see, what I'm trying to tell you that a lot of teenagers, yours could be peer pressure. You don't know how to say no. Yes, you don't know how to say no. Yours could be you are competing with somebody. Know that we are all not the same. I cannot be competing with my sister here because she's got her things to fulfill in life. I've got mine. If I leave mine and start, anytime she wears a nice shoe or a nice something, I want to be like her. Then I've left who I'm supposed to be. You see, I've left who I'm supposed to be and I'm not chasing somebody else. So, as teenagers, you look at your palms, they are all different. We are all different. So we've all got different fears, we've all got different challenges. So that is what they are trying to ask you to say. I hope I've made something clear to you with the example that I gave you. This happened for real.
Yeah.
I was sitting in the bus with these 3 boys. 2 were pressurizing the other one. Imagine that one wasn't strong enough. He said, oh, come on, let's go, let's this. And he might not come out from it. And the 2 might come out from this. So we are all not the same, you see. We've got different challenges, we've got different fears, but what is very important is how do we walk around it?
Find the fear.
Yes.
Find the fear.
Yes.
What's about is what? No meeting is ever a mistake.
Yes.
Ne? I suppose. It's either go to sahalang ko fela or go to sala before. But there is never a meeting. So that is why it dropped on me. What is your fear?
Because this isn't to think that examining more abuse is making sometimes so nini mwaka aba kwale ha mahlo a sa then ntatwa aba fitla a shapana waka a tsoa a phe then beke kopa thuso ka next door mwaka mo aba to go thusa o phe for ke kgone ho ja le mwaka a kgone ho ja so ke labana le engayo since from beginning and mwaka ka tla hlokahala 2013 ke ba ka then ke tshwetsa fela hore anger I can't control sometimes I can not I can't control ke feel as ekare ngam tshwara kam otla but then stepmother saka ona le advice nyana tsa mfantso so kena nning ana long ke tsa hore ke re ke be hantle ke ska be sentse ke tloteletse ke bona ke end up le ke tshwara ntatwa ka ka motse. So after umwaka a hlokahale vele ntatwaka on isinto ansapota since 6 support we ke mme waka so lino ntatwaka on tsa support ke teke zama ke bo stepmother saka le family ke phela lona so nale ntatwaka ha go tsane hantle.
But in total, whatever challenge you push about na pilo, je renforce ton résistance à ma soul pour tout ça. bona hona jwale mme ya hao o la hlokahala ho la kena stepmother sa hao a kena sekgeo. So not all is lost. Empa e ke tlo kopa go re sebetsane le yona ke eng? Forgiveness. Tshwarela ntate.
Very important.
O thata, ha o no, ne? But forgive your father. Because whether re ratang re sa rateng, guys, batswadi ba rona ke bona ba re tshwaretse lekalo tsa rona tsa modimo. Bibele e re hlompha mma le ntate a hore matsatsi a hao phelo a iketseng. Okay. So lokolla pelo ha ngwana ko. Sebetsana le wena o kgone ho mo tshwarela ene ha o tlo mo tshwarela o ye yena a soka a o kopa le tshwarelo. Fika o papa ko tshwaretse ka tsohle. Ke a o rata o motswadi wa ka and practice that. O tlo bone ha Jehova a qala a o bulela ntho tsa hao hobane Satan lena wa sebedisa hatred.
Yes.
Go go kwala your person. So ngwanaka, the first thing that dropped on me when I was how was to is she needs to forgive her father. And see what God is going to do. Oh. But congrats for reaching out.
Thank you so much. We are because na nse ke na le ntho nka e tshong but ne ke batla hore at least ba ke ba utlwa somebody else as well. Ntho e tshong still ke a relate ho yona, but you see this thing of biggest fear a ke tsebe nna hore na nka re well nna ka bana le opportunity ya hore le hore ke re ke na le mme ke na le ntate ke bona ntate o etsang what ke di bona fela apply mahlo ka mohe mare ntho e ke tsebang if Uno kgonahala ne nka ipana ke le situation sa hao ke ne ke tlo blame bontate modimo gore na why ankile mme wa ka at least ke o tlo bona le taba mme ya ka teng as much as I can remember ke ne ke tseba ke na le mme but that thing you have a mother is working somewhere you ended up seeing yourself with the grandparents so I want ke mole ke hodiswa ke di grandparents whom I didn't even feel loved when I can say. So those are other like stumbling blocks. I just continue to do what thanking God. How can we just like the grandparents? Lindu hanyani unale idea or na we love our for jumbo pillow kapointe bona ba qetelletseng bang tweets all. Hobane hona mo maring God will raise the soldiers. When I'm just said go can ne to tlamele o le bontate modimo wa bona. You thank God to her. Bona, your stepmother, why tseba bana ba ba kae ba langa di stepmother? For useless reasons. But I thank God to wow, we laba akwalan sekhe, utise sekhe se kwaleng. I can imagine hore na lintwe ho ba difficulty ha kae ho ba stepmother. Say long hore the father, the person e long wa morata doesn't support his own child. So ka jalo o lwana double demons. O rata jwa motho le gore o bona a sa rate ngwana hae. Wa bona ntho. But for your own sake ntate modimo ile gona gore appreciate like o bona mabaka e leng gore ha lindwe are you need to forgive. Honestly you need to forgive because le ha na qala ditsimo o itse ntwana imona. Honestly imona e tlo dlala ka wena if we fa chance.
So yeah, I can say it's like a pregnant anyone age. Even if I told you to pillow but on the temple of family again until this was school. Then I still until like a high. I'm not sure you could do a boyfriend. I'm not. Could you love over number one but have you but how am I Ojeka how am I them for it? So how much I get about so like you say that them dim about let's more most lumpy answer it horse at the sky and between or repoja kao mamel hands are tabel hands of hoods hona lo re motho a tlo sheba mfela go sana hona lo re motho a tlo tsamaya a se ba kaola. So modimo of lesson se ba balle go bana se phenyo ka matsong a ha ka iketsa ke a gala le no tswana bana ba nkgutlela sekolong ke ipotsa fela gore ke mang a tlo nthusa ke tlo ya ho mang ke tlo ya ho mang ha ke fitla ke tlo reng ke na ke tlosa gore ya mo ke dulang ke a dula and ke happy mara ke totsa fela gore ke bimetsa batswadi ba bang ka morwalo wa ka o tlametse o nkwe ke batswadi ba ka ba kae ke tsa ntate ba hlokahala ba nte ba ka se ka ntja heso ke kae ka jeko
The Bluetooth device is ready to pair.
Nna ke kgalla ho bona motswadi wa ka a fodile hobane ha ke tsebe hore e ntle ke ho etsahetseng ka yena ha ntse ke hola ke le primary motho ene le motho a right a sebetsa ha nako e ntse ya a tlohella mosebetsi a ya lo sebetsa mako a fitla mako ha ke tsebe ho etsahetse eng ke bone mo ka sa hlanya batho ba bua the way hore eng mo ka wa hlanya eng le nna ntate Modimo ka shapa ngwana wa hae ka bokgopo ba batswadi kore ha ke tsebe ntate wa ka last year o tsamile hore o ile kae ha ke tsebe mara motho o tsamile a kula le ka jeno tse ke ipotsa o kae goba motho o tsamile a kula hore o hlokahetse kapo eng ha ke tsebe ho etsala eng nno ke dula le ntate moholo le nkgono lerato la bona ha ke le tsebe mara ntse ba phela nna ke tsebe gore fela nna tlamehile fela ke qete sekolo le le heso ke na lona ke batla fela qeta sekolo ke etsetse nna le haka gore ke kgone ho phela ha monate ke leboha
Watswa re thabile re qale ka wena as much as Kicholoka is so emotional and you know how Ntate Modimo is working and he is miraculous, wonderful, like Kicholo PDCA yakamo I wasn't expecting it. Jwale, the same person Sisonye, I wasn't even expecting her to be here. Honestly, she can tell you how long we have not been married. For how long yet?
It's been over 5-6 years.
Understand? And it's one of those family what that we went through, and then I'm like saying, Yabo. But I thank God for her. We didn't even communicate with her, in fact. I didn't know that she was coming, and I think even if I could have asked her to come, I don't think that she was even going to come, I assumed. Now the connection, thank God to my producer again. Because even it's by God's grace, as I say, I thank him, or Lena here is standing to be doing what he's doing now. Then he managed to come with her. So, bona wana tjena na re thabile. O sentse ntate Modimo ka mokgwa sebetsang jalo ka ketso. My prayers last night, God knows, I said, God, if I never prayed, prayer inali purpose, it's so direct, because actually I don't even know how will I do this thing over 20 years, but to take place and put everything according to the way you know, as I was planning, I was keeping you updated along the lines. This was not even the part of the plan. Everything that I did by myself, running up and down to Lwana-Hare to Joburg, even meeting the social department, regional from Lwana-Hare to Joburg, whatever that I asked for as a sponsorship or what, or maybe Lwana-Hare, it didn't work out, like nothing at all. I thank God that up to so far, even the setting, he did it. So look at them, at the help that Ntate managed to bring without me lifting the hand. So my prayer last night already, I said, I don't know anymore what to pray for exactly. Honestly, I don't know how to direct it. But I will pray just because I know that you will do something that you want to do, finish what you have already started. Let me just be the vessel because I'm standing there opening my mouth. So here re thabile he ore o tla kopana le ena. I hope like you say if I can't something refer something like that, and I know her reliable. I'm not sure how we're gonna do it, but I know her she's reliable and like Uskawa sorted and your life will never remain the same. You are still young, 18 years, you are still young. And still, when you need to thank God for it. He allowed you to step your feet here. Because but you don't know what you can gain out of that. Your life will never be the same. Just be shocked and I can only imagine. But it's one of the things that I also survived. By God's grace, because it's not bad because of my cleverness. Who her point because as well you are connected. I could have as well felt pregnant. Here where I'm sitting. Because of lack of that parent, whatever that she said that I'm gonna now get into details when I address her own issue. I grew up without parents as well. By God's grace, I managed to get adopted here legally. It's not like the family. If I wanted to, Mzake, you are surprised you are hearing the full details today. I'm glad you guys are here. Understand, if it was according to my wish, Lindy, well, I've got an option here who adopt you somewhere, maybe fancy. Along the line, I adopted my primary school teacher. I don't know how it couldn't happen or what. It's out of my stress, as I say. Some of the things I was just looking at, I leave. So I ended up getting adopted here. But that was not the end of it. I couldn't even say achievement because after that, still the challenges you are talking about the teenage pregnancy. I was dating brother, Lwana-Hare is the sister, so Abutwa Lwana-Hare. Just here, we separate, I feel like 1 year. So the teenage pregnancy, so that's why I'm saying, I still say, I thank God standing here. Because some of the things he escape, I'm surprised, oh, thank you, God. But, what if you are a teenage mother and some people wouldn't even have noticed already adopted because somebody wouldn't feel like along the way. So issue how at least it attend you, we thank God for that. Can you say it? Because when your story so is willing. It's about low and I'm so sad. I wasn't aware how you feel how a lady grandparent it's only you can't even have love you. Why the issue it's a major? For instance, now I thought to recover to keep body grandparents. When I was growing, her family was doing well. I think no longer how Asebeta Boma Micro stuff like that. I don't know how finish matric net. I attend some courses, higher level institution. I just why one and so so she can't understand because also environment like how she happens to be the firstborn, the first grandchild. Everything was still going smooth. So we taken care of. Ke nahana hore mathata a ile a qala according to the way ke hopolang ka teng, a ile a qala after wena. Many things me di qadileng ke me leng hore nna he ka nako ne sentse qedile matric long story nyana another session ha ke tloha mo zone 12. So wena ntho ke nahana ile etsa batswadi ba ho tjhong di-grandparent tsa ne ntse di le right and everything, but one thing I can tell you, don't feel bad and don't feel offended and don't uska nka negative. Now you're gonna start to deal with it the way because ke tjho jwalo mara ko bontsha the other angle ono sa ibonela or maybe they can't tell you the way. Ke la bona sometimes as a parent but they will act out without saying this is what because they can't even give you treatment that harsh maybe ba jetse bo mantswe enore bona santsane bana le anger on their self jala ba tlo ethathola so ka re balwana le wena. And you remember at the end of the day Ritabile ha ngwana hao a sentse a hlaila le mka ne everyone ebata ba ngwana hana phoso a ke re ya kwatalang batswadi sometimes ba ka tloa ebile ba kgethe to take care of the child ha o re ba o tebetse ha ba take care of the child ba wena so tla ipona o mme that kind of scenario ba. So yena likely o manage hore o holele henu mo mara ntho nka jwetsang batswadi ba meme e leng mme wa hae bane bale very disappointed. As I said, wabona she fell pregnant go grade 10 around 15-16, so they were still looking forward. And I thank God on her behalf because after the chemo we la khona a khono qeta di matric ba khono lumisa kae pele ka bophelo wa bona ntho. So disappointment how wena hlaya while they take care of you ke bua now ka di parent me long o sorry o feel somehow. Her grandfather is the one that we met in the morning. Yes. So what happened after that I ke mathata ila tala mo ha wena o qeta ho hlaya now the firstborn because batswadi ba hae your grandparents have 2 children again. The son which is on data kana kotseo. So after Newa after pregnant shortly the son firstborn leha lena ayetsa at least a pregnancy card. Why that didn't end there. Shortly Keha Newa hai abana your grandmother fell pregnant as well. So as I'm talking to you, I didn't know last time when I was like that, like messed up drunk because Baba almost the same age, so the first born she's the one. Wala telamang abutiwa wa auswa pregnant. Then the mother as well fell pregnant. So inside the house, you now have how many newborns inside the house same time? 3. So I think if it's less than 3 years, I just.
Zanole 2003 for then 95.
Why you can get like gap of 3 years, so life from more is in your shoes so and I like the fact that you want your own life, you want your own house, you want to continue your life. We work and focus and thank God that we share us with Mautong at the grandparents. How do you deal with the situation, Melo? I know we are still very close to her grandmother by then. I know how disappointed she felt because she was like, as I'm pregnant like this, I can say that it's my right. This is my house. I got married here. Then, regardless of how old people are pregnant, at the end of the day, this is my house. You understand? And then now, all of a sudden, into bana ba hao, 2 of your children fell pregnant or have children inside your own company. Do you understand how challenging it is? So from that time, honestly, bophelo ba heno azange ba ba the same until